Hey everyone, and welcome.
Hey, welcome.
Okay.
Professional, here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to a very special episode of D4 where I, Dustin.
And I, Devan, co-DM a 5th edition game of Dungeons and Dragons. All right, we are here live at Gamehole Con in Madison, Wisconsin, where we will be playing a segment of the Extra Life fundraising module, Infernal Machine Rebuild. Another segment will be run by the amazing Chris Perkins at 6:30, so make sure to tune into that to see the other half. Let's see. It pairs nicely with the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus if you have that campaign. And all proceeds of this adventure, when available on the DM's Guild, will go to the Extra Life to help Children's Miracle Network hospitals give children a chance at life of adventure.
We have already raised a lot for Extra Life through the Race into Avernus campaign, but we're not done yet. You can help those wonderful kids by causing chaos for us by donating during this game at d4extralife.com. You can help or hurt the players, cause accent changes, give inspiration or healing, and much, much more. We may be a 2DM game, but with your donations, we can be a legion of great DMs crafting a world of chaos and fun for these lucky players and their amazing audience.
Yes. And without further ado, we're going to immerse ourselves into the chronicles of Gamehole D4.
Yes, a note on the Extra Life thing. Extra Life has been a little finicky, so we are directing people to our Facebook fundraising page, which links directly to our Extra Life page. We know that that is working for sure, so if you click the link and it takes you to Facebook, that is why.
Yes, make sure to leave a note for the donation on what you want to happen.
Yeah, you'll leave a comment on that our Facebook fundraiser page so we know who to give that donation to, and specifically what the donation is if there's multiple options for that dollar amount.
Yes. Let's go down the line, starting to our left. Introduce yourselves, your character, and what you were playing.
Hello, my name is Goblin Katie, and I am going to be playing I got to make sure I pronounce this correctly because I always butcher it. Eric Corkra. Did I get it? Yeah, an Eric Corkra. An eagle owl Eric Corkra, in fact, who is named Scree, and she is a ranger.
What kind?
What kind of ranger?
Yeah.
Find out in game.
Next.
I sense PvP on the horizon.
Hello, my name is Elisa Teague, and I am playing Fennec Nachtext, and she is a Ghostwise halfling rogue. She is based semi-loosely on the World War II Night Witches, and she's a badass.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Patrick Logan. I'm playing Dr. Bonesaw, leader of Dr. Bonesaw's traveling cure-all crew. He is a cleric and a thief rogue. He is the cleric of this group. Don't question it.
What race is he?
He's a goblin.
Yes!
Hi, I'm Ethan Mansour. I'm playing a changeling monk named Jotran Kanjo, who goes by Jojo. And he is a monk of the astral self. I know, shocking. There you go.
All right, I play Tempo Bladebane, who is a tiefling bard, playing from the College of Valor. So she is a war drum bard. That's her shtick.
Hi, I'm Rhea, and I am playing a stout halfling berserker barbarian named Rosula, Rose for short, Potts.
Awesome. So, you all are an adventuring party of admissible renown who have traveled with each other for a few years. You all made a name for yourselves through good deeds done either through goodwill or monetary incentive all across the Sword Coast. At least that's what you tell yourselves. But secretly, the world knows you best by how much you all stand out in the world as a motley crew of peculiar races. With that, you all find yourselves in Faerun. And Faerun right now is on the edge because there was a sudden disappearance of El Terrell, a city-state lying on the river of Kionthar in the western heartlands. It is known for being a center of agriculture and trade in the region, and was renowned for its elite mounted defenders, the Hell Riders. While traveling through Baldur's Gate, a current hotspot of activity being the closest major city to El Terrell, you find yourselves surrounded one night in a back alleyway of the blood-stained city and are given a missive.
As you open and read it, it reads, "You are not safe in the city, and neither am I. A heretical woman aims to deceive you with her machinations that would destroy me in my holy quest. Make haste to my manor, and you will find safety and wealth if you offer to aid me as well. The address is 10805 Gon's Way, just outside the city walls of the south, and it is signed Sir Ursas, a paladin in hell."
You all recognize the title, A Paladin in Hell, as a very famous painting of a valiant paladin in gleaming plate mail standing defiantly on a cliff's edge over an army of hellish fiends as he faces down death in the form of a massive barbed devil. It's rumored to be painted in blood due to the deep crimson color painted over a black canvas. The name of the paladin in the painting has been lost amongst the masses with the work overcoming its catalyst, but the idea of possibly meeting the man depicted and promising of money entices you to meet him at his manor.
You come to a dark manor surrounded on all sides by a massive and intricate labyrinth hedge maze. You are met at the entrance by a tall, striking, and imposing figure, a massive, muscular man with one arm replaced by a grizzly bear's arm, grafted to his at the elbow. He grows his dark hair long and shaggy, his eyes are bloodshot, and his complexion is consistently ruddy as if from some combination of exercise and exertion. He leads you through the winding greens to a massive estate and into his office. Behind him, on the second story atop the ballroom staircase, is the enormous, haunting, and immersive original painting of a paladin in hell. Over a few glasses of wine, the man known as Sir Ursas eventually gets to his point for inviting you to his home after sharing stories of his heroics and how he sees himself in your stories.
You are probably wondering about my arm.
Oh, yeah.
It was taken from me by that homotula depicted in the painting that you saw in my foyer. A general in Zariel's army, an arch-bitch devil that rules over Avernus. I later got this arm grafted to mine by a man who dabbles in the ancient magics of a madman who was made famous for creating monstrosities of unlike creatures grafted together.
Right.
But it was through him that I found what I need to complete my quest. Time is of the essence, but I too have found a way to aid you in that, so that you may aid me. I need you to retrieve parts from the Temple of Moloch, so that I may return to Avernus and cut down the fallen. I am willing to pay you 2,000 dragons in favor. Will you aid me?
Yes.
What
yeah.
sort of trouble should we expect to face
Yes,
as we're doing this?
I will warn you, your task is not easy. All expeditions to the Temple of Moloch have proven fruitless, ruined through time, and pulled clean by tomb raiders. But I have a machine that can send you not to the place, but the time in which you need to be there, in order to find the 6 hell crystals I need. The woman hunting them down proving dangerous to both my incentives and your lives in this city is known as Lynx Kretlach, a tiefling looking to obtain them in service of Zariel. I have acquired pieces of an infernal machine found at an old watchtower that these last components will send me back to strike down Zariel's forces. The machine you need is in my basement, and I'll have it meet you outside the maze, if that is amiable.
Seems rather amiable to me. I need a little help.
Anybody?
That's a lot of change, is what I'm saying. We should go.
It is a lot of change.
Where Fennec goes, I go.
Well,
Good
where you
grief.
go, I go.
I guess we're going.
Well, sounds like the votes are unanimous, I'd say. So, this 2,000 gold, that sounds splendiferous, but let me ask you something else about your arm there. Say a fellow man wanted to graft certain animal parts onto other animal parts. That be admissible as something somebody can learn? Something like that? A certain fellow, a certain thing?
Do this for me and I will get you in contact with the one that did this to my arm.
Hot diggity, I'm in.
Sir Ursas has his servants escort you back outside the hedge maze walls that seem to protect the estate. And waiting for you is Sir Ursas, standing next to a 9-foot-tall, stout, jet-black automaton, seemingly powered by the smoky quartz crystals with shadowy wisps that dance within the clear prisms. As the lumbering mechanical beast moves, it cries out with horrendously loud noises as it lurches forward on its 2 legs, swaying its dangling arms.
I think it's in pain.
No, this is the mighty servant of Luco. It is built of some of the rarest materials on this plane and is necessary for my mission and yours. So make sure to return it with all of my components intact. You can activate its ability to alter time by pushing in and inevitably destroying one of these crystals, as he points to this massive form, and jutting out the back in a couple of its arms are these crystalline pieces that seem to have smoke that dance inside of it.
So you're saying that the crystals are rare?
The entirety of this machine is rare.
Okay.
Use the crystals, that is fine. The machine must stay intact, for the crystals that you are looking for will replace these and send me to Avernus.
Suddenly, you find yourselves walking out of the hedges again, being...
Oh no. Sorry. Yep. Sorry. Yep. Yeah. You will know a time anomaly is achievable when the flux in the crystal vibrates, causing the shadow trapped within it to move violently. You are looking for what looks like these, but deep in red and etched with gold of infernal script. Make haste, and may fate be with you.
Oh, I'm hasty to get that 2,000 dragons. Let's do this.
With that, the hulking machine lurches forward and thrusts its massive fist into the ground. With that, a flash of light blinds you all. Recovering your senses, you now find yourselves at the entrance of an ancient temple ruin, disheveled and overgrown with roots of trees that twist and grapple at the stone, choking just about every entrance. What do you guys do?
Shall I take a look around?
Yeah, I get you
Not
get
the
a lot
worst
going
idea.
there.
How large is the door to this temple?
There seems to be a lot of overgrown trees and stuff like that. So, and the main entrance seems to be collapsed. So you would have to look around to maybe find a secondary way in.
Oh, let's do an aerial
I was
survey.
thinking, yes.
Okay. I'm
I
going
kind of crouch down and extend my wings out.
and I hop on Scree's back.
Okay.
Alert, my hand crossbow ready for action as I normally do.
Okay.
Even though there's no combat here. We're going to take this opportunity to do an aerial survey.
All right, awesome.
Before going into a dungeon.
Before they take off, I'm like, all right, if anyone can do this, you can. Go get them. And I'm going to give her an Bardic Inspiration.
All right. Go ahead and take a, is it a D8?
Yes, it is
Okay,
a D8.
take a D8 Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, here we go.
All right. And
And-
I'll take off and begin sort of circling around the temple.
Okay, and then the two of you want to make perception checks
Yes.
as you look around and see what you can find out.
Really quickly.
Oh,
Don't put my
yippee.
dice.
It's going to be a 24.
Okay.
Do this in one moment.
Oh, those are pretty.
Oh, that was a natural 20. Why did I waste it on this? That will be a 28.
All right.
What is everybody else doing before we address that?
So as they take off into
I
the
roll
air,
ones.
you watch as the owl Aarakocra takes flight with the halfling riding and almost levels out as you watch as the halfling stands up and rides, balancing perfectly on her back as the two of them continue to look around as they circle the ruins. What are the rest of y'all doing?
My hair blowing in the wind.
Jojo's going to put both hands into his pants pockets and walk forward, his long coat behind him, and his face kind of shadowed by his cap, as he's going to kind of look to see if there's anything he can kind of pull out of the way to make a path.
Okay.
Rose is following behind Jojo in her blue dress, skipping behind, going, Jojo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Jojo.
Good grief.
No.
And I'd like to apologize to everybody here. Somebody paid to make me do a Chicago accent, so here we go.
Right, I forgot about that.
I'm going to turn and be like, what do you want over there?
I just want to know what you're doing, Mr. Jojo.
I'm looking.
For what?
A way in.
Tempo is following right behind them, just kind of.
I'll give you some assistance. Says, man, you sound so dignified, so regal. No, not your usual voice. Sounds like you got, places to be, things to do. I like it.
Have you found it?
I'm gonna look for a tiny crack or anything in the walls that I may be able to slide my tiny body through.
Okay, go ahead and give me a investigation check.
And what do I need to
Give
make
him a
to
drum
see?
roll.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Athletics
9.
check.
Yep.
Cool.
I begin dancing to the bard's drum roll.
Actually, no, I'll wait for now. Okay.
9.
Oh.
14.
Okay.
Hey.
You start looking around and it's overgrown. You don't see anything. There's nothing that you can find. You start digging at the entranceway that you see, pulling vines and other rubble out around the way and kind of lifting what you can, kicking over things here and there, but it's just, there's nothing that you can really get through.
Okay.
Our aerial.
Yeah, you two. After surveying over the ruins and rubble, looking through the flora overgrowing across the ancient temple, you eventually find a set of stairs from a that looks to be hidden behind a large rock that descends deep into the dark abyss of what lies beneath.
I'm going to fly down towards it and get down close enough so she can jump to inspect.
Yeah, so I'll hop off.
You all watch as the two of them start to circle down and land about 30 or 40 feet away from where y'all are.
I'm going to fly back a little bit and pull out my bow and just cover her from the air while she's inspecting.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
so I'm out, ready to shoot anything.
Yep. As you're looking around, easy enough, especially with your natural 20, you see that the rock is obscuring most of this entranceway, but easy enough for you and for Rose to fit through, but you may need assistance in moving the rock to get further in.
About how high is the entrance?
Oh, it's ground level. It seems to be like there was a collapse in, and it's showing a stairwell that was part of the temple, but this was not an actual entrance.
Oh, but if we move the rock, everybody else would
Exactly.
pretty much be able to
Yeah.
squeeze in? Okay, yeah, I will not be able to move that. I will not even attempt. I know my strengths, and strength is not one of my strengths. So I'll give a high sign to you, like
I'll come in.
we have our own little hand language, so
Okay.
we can communicate while in the air.
Avian sign language?
Yeah, exactly.
ASL.
But yeah,
Get out.
there's an entrance here. So we need to get everybody else up here. Oh, I can drop a rope though. Can I tie my rope
Oh, of course.
around something
Oh, yeah,
and
there's-
drop it down?
There's a lot of overgrown tree and vinage that's right here.
So
easy
they could
enough.
just climb those then?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Climb those, and then your rope can tie into that.
Yeah,
easy
I
enough.
will drop an additional rope just in case the vines are not strung.
You want me to try to move that?
You can.
All right. I'm gonna try
I
to.
did not remember this accent.
I had to do a Cockney accent, and I apologize to everyone. I cannot do Cockney accents.
I think some fans of ours know our weakness.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hunt
they
us
do.
down. With your help,
okay.
you can save us.
I'm going to attempt to move the stone.
Okay, make an athletics check.
I think
It
they
has
went
been
down.
within 10 minutes, so if you have not used your bardic inspiration, you so wish to.
Athletics?
Yep.
I don't
How
really
about a
need to.
22?
22.
Hey, all right.
Easy enough. You
Wow.
find actually vines that are growing over this rock, and you sink your talons to that, and you start flying and lifting as you start hearing the vines break and make an entranceway. Easy enough for everyone to go through, and you all see everyone start making their way towards you at this moment, as your Aarakocra friend, your ranger, starts pulling away this massive rock. There's an entranceway for you to find yourselves to traverse down a series of steps that descend deep within the dark abyss of what lies below.
How dark?
Completely dark.
Oh, well, good.
Oh,
So
no.
this is where I'd like to take the time to describe myself a little tiny bit. I have 2 different color eyes. Thank you to whoever donated towards this.
Heterochromia.
And one of them is violet because of a an eye replacement surgery I had as a child where I was given an elf's eye to replace my missing eye. And so now I have dark vision in one eye.
I'm just going to say don't get any ideas.
So I will cover one eye, or close one eye.
Yeah, that is
And I
completely-
will start to head down those steps and look around.
I will call the rest of the group over and say, I think the dame's found something. Let's waddle on over there.
Oh, well,
Is there a way for us to
fiddle-dee-dee,
reach
let's
where they
go
are?
on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Easy
cool.
enough.
Yeah, then yeah.
All right.
For anyone that does not have dark vision, the
Hello.
stairs descend down into a deep, dark abyss.
That reminds me, I'm going to spend 3 of my key points to summon the visage and arms of my astral self so that I can see 120 feet in magical or non-magical darkness.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
And when I do that, I know, right? Pretty sick. And when I do that, I will spread my arm and I will say, Memento Mori. And as I do that, a form bursts off of me. It is a muscular looking, it looks almost muscular, except that it is wearing a large, it almost looks like a reaper. And where underneath the robes, it's all muscular, but the hands are skeletal and the skull is skeletal, but it looks all muscular underneath those robes. And as soon as it does that, this kind of black energy boils off his eyes and he starts heading down the stairs with his hands in his pockets with this thing floating beside him.
Does that illuminate for other people, or is it just
Nope.
for you? Oh, okay.
Let them figure it out.
We can see this, right?
Just
Yes, you
follow
can.
my
Yes, you can
voice.
see the form. You've all seen Memento Mori before.
Okay.
Mr. Jojo, why'd you hit me when you swung your arm?
Good grief.
I am going to uneasily make my way down to follow the group.
Okay.
Can hold my hand.
Nothing little darkness can't stop. Let's get on down. Curse you, whoever made me do Southern Belle. Here we go.
You've just got like a wing touching the back of your
Yeah,
neck.
just hang on to me. I'll show you the way.
Just follow the sultry sound of my voice, darling.
Oh, I'd follow you anyway with a voice like that.
I grab onto
What is with everybody
Tempo's
today? Everybody's so
float.
loquacious. It's great.
Governor.
I'm waiting about the same.
As you guys descend further and further down, the cold stone starts to squeeze at you from every direction. This massive machine starts breaking through the rock, and that rock that's mutated by centuries of erosion and aftermath left by raiders fighting the traps that once dwelled in this thing.
Eventually, the hairs on your arms and neck stand on end, tingling with magical energy imbued into the surrounding area. You all notice the sound of humming as the crystals begin to vibrate and the smoke violently shifts inside the crystalline glass.
This is in the machine that we have.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we were told to look for.
Oh, dearie me. Well, then I suppose we should keep an eye out for that then.
Does this mean one of them stones is around here somewhere?
Probably.
At the merest hint that one might be around, I begin searching frantically for it.
Go ahead. I will remind you all that since it was literally just said less than 20 minutes ago, that he said that you must press in one of these stones and end up destroying it in order to activate whatever it needs to happen.
Then I
so-
will do that.
Yeah, do it. You should do
You
it.
start looking around and there is nothing but rubble.
Yeah.
You should
Oh,
definitely
man.
do that.
That is so good.
Memento Mori is going to take one of its skeletal hands and start crushing it.
You grab it, and it doesn't feel like even in your grip it can crush.
You see him like focusing, and Memento Mori is like really struggling, and then both hands he's trying.
You're doing great.
That's how
Did he
you're
say
supposed to
Perhaps-
push it in?
Yes, he did.
Oh, so hey, ghost guy, shadow, memento mori, dude.
Joe.
Joe. Push.
And it slips right in.
He looks down, and is like, thanks.
You push the crystal into the cavity it is locked in, followed by the sound of it shattering. From the servant of Lucio expels an amniotic magical light that undulates and weaves outward around the room. You watch as centuries pass in seconds, unable to count the amount of bodies that once came through these halls, all moving in a blink of an eye. stones floating back into their place as roots and vines retreat back into the earth above. After about a minute, light instantly comes back into the room, and you find yourselves in the dwellings of a laboratory.
Amazing instruments of complex design fill it, all seemingly engaged in active experimentation. Facing the doorway is a wooden desk, its legs resembling 4 small dryads whose outstretched hands are clasped together to support the desktop, littering with thick tomes, alchemical vessels, and a complex control panel. Oraries display unknown planets and various models of the planes.
Glass piping connects tanks holding strange liquids and materials, all in an ongoing state of transmutation. A miniaturized human lies in apparent stasis in a windowed glass case. A vermiform pseudodragon twists and crawls about inside a large crystal tank. And lastly, you see a large glass tank containing a colony of ants constructing an elaborate city system, complete with an antlion larva to which tiny insect victims are being sacrificed in a sand cathedral. More Mogodum's mercenaries, I presume?
The figure asks wearily.
I still haven't disposed of the last poor souls the so-called master of the tomb sent here.
You see a homunculus perched on the thin Gottman's shoulders, and it looks to be this like kind of chubby fat thing that has this smiling grin that's always there with sharp teeth, and it has 2 little pointed horns. And it pulls the alchemist's face into an expression of wry contempt. The man that stands before you,
you see this older human. He has the starts of a beard that is starting to gray. Eyes are very almost yellow in their pupils. He appears to be in his 40s, maybe 50s. The wrinkles and like crow feet on the eyes are first starting. His hair pulled back is slick black. That is just staying by some means just constantly. There's some viscousy liquid or something in it that just is pulled back. He has a very like hooked nose as he is sitting at this desk, as he just looks at all of you just with like almost like boredom. Like,
is he physically there?
Oh yeah.
Yes. And you all can roll a history check on Mogodam.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not playing Vinley. I look down and I was like,
Same. I was like, oh, that's a low number.
12?
14.
14.
Not interested.
18.
16.
Hey,
all right.
You two at the far end know of Mogodam to be a servant of the great Lich Asarak.
My sister talked about him once.
He is, you know him to be, you specifically remember in one of your studies at Bard College that he was the architect that built the Tomb of Horrors.
Oh no.
I forgot about that.
And
And so this gentleman just said, you're more of Mogodum's mercenaries, is what he referred to you as.
I don't think that's who sent us here.
So you're not the minions of the henchman and architect of that hack Asarak?
No.
no, I would not say so.
Well, he assumes to be my rival and claims to have built the most terrifying tomb of horrors, yet he is pathetic, and it will be I who makes the world cower in fear with my haunting monstrosities.
Suddenly, a glass orb, crackling with lightning, rolls off the table, crashing to the floor. The crash releases an ominous thundering boom with a flash of strobing light that strikes the lithe man in a sinister light, splashing a wicked shadow across the wall behind him.
Which do you find more terrifying? Typical, overplayed, basic undead, or epic monsters that haunt your nightmares?
You hear a flute in the background going.
So
She
horrifying.
slips it back into her bag.
So horrifying, your mind can't even begin to comprehend. Which temple would you risk your life entering? Sign a waiver if you want to make it to the end and leave with loot and money, but watch out, the creepers and crawlers can't touch you, and you may not make it out alive. but you're too early. The Temple of Moloch is not complete. Why are you here?
I look at Dr. Bonesaw, and I literally just point.
I walk forward. I straighten my suspenders.
And I'm going to stand behind him.
Sir, we're clearly both men of science. Thank you. So there's clearly a reasonable explanation for why we're here. Now, as for all this, odd man business, these are names I haven't heard of, and they don't mean anything to me. But let me tell you know what means something to me? And I lay out my full spread of poultices, potions, all labeled Dr. Bonesaw's rejuvenating something or other. I say, now, I like the cut of your jib. I'm not going to lie. But the way your jib's cut's going to cut a lot of people who come through here. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Let me explain this out to you, sir. Now, you can make a monster, or you could make a monstrosity.
He looks around, and then Memento Mori pops off of him.
Look at that. You think you just came by that?
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy to like make the ground tremor a little bit underneath
Oh, that's
him.
awesome.
to give him the effect like
What is everyone's passive perceptions?
Passive is 15.
18.
I'm just going to
14.
pull out my bow.
Mine is 13.
Actually, my scimitars while we're sitting here. I'm getting a
13.
little uneasy, so I'm just going to pull out my scimitars and just kind of stand there.
Say it again.
18.
15.
13.
14.
13.
14.
Okay, everybody 14 and more. As he's talking, you
Hold that note real quick. As you go to pull it out, he just the big weird thing on his shoulder just looks at you and goes, waggles its finger at you, and then
Slide
Yep.
them back in.
you all start to notice a few disturbing things. Notes on combined beast experiments. A creature depicted with 8 serpent heads around a massive mouth that walks like a massive drake with a giant scorpion tail. Another can be barely made out, but you see the apparent scale of a massive barracuda with tendrils with the partial words THESSAL-KRA.
One more time?
THESSAL-CRA, and you can't see the rest because it's covered up by other things. The miniature nude man that seems to be covered in arcane scars etched in his skin, he is in a comatose stasis, suspended in a series of rotating rings within the glass, his limbs stretched out in every direction. However, you definitely notice that that thing that eyed you is now eyeing everyone that is looking around the room very intently to see what you're up to.
I want to send a telepathic message to my halfling friend.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
It says, I think we need to free all of these creatures in here and cause a distraction. my little barbarian friend.
Just let me know when.
so you really have no idea where you are, do you?
It's not a matter of where, it's a matter of how, who, and why. And let me show you something. I slather out some poultice and I place it on him. I'm just like, do the thing.
What thing?
The thing, you know the thing. Do the thing. Now, before I was just a normal man, but look at him now. I'm just like weirdly rubbing his leg.
Memento Mori starts punching the air very quickly.
Oh, why? It's faster than air, faster than light. Can't you see it?
And as it swings, each swing it goes Mori with each one. So it's like Mori, 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 and it just stops and like kind of straightens back up, and he just puts his hands back in his pockets and glares at you.
Should we know where we are?
And it's like ethereal and kind of ethereal, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Looks undead. Not. Now, if we grafted that to his back and made that an actual part of him, to where the arms actually came out of the sides of his head, that would be much
I'd like to
more.
roll an intimidation check.
Okay.
And because I have Memento Mori out, I get advantage on that.
Okay. You
Oh,
from the door, you hear screams coming from the outside the door.
It's
leads out
just
of
an
the
8.
slab.
Scree's wings are just kind of twitching at this point.
It's an 8 because I roll trash. I am going to say, I'm tired of talking. We're looking for a stone. Give it to us.
And as you say this, you see on the table of the machine that's there, there are 2 crystals that are red and crimson in color with gold etched infernal script. And he sees you eyeing those 2.
What we're saying is, given the immense strength of my companion, I would like to maybe offer a trade for those worthless crystals that you have. And I put forward the poultices that I have.
I like you.
Hey, I like
And
myself.
you're adorable. You mean the infernal reliquaries, powerful crystals imbued with the pain and sorrow of tortured souls connected to the hellscape plane. Those stones?
Sure.
Never heard of them.
He says this standing next to the slanted table covered in buttons, switches, and knobs. Metal tubes pour out like a twisted nightmare organ snaking across the walls, leading into various holes throughout the room. But powering the machine is the crystals that you saw that are standing there.
But you said you're willing to trade. That is crap. That, and he points to your constructed friend, looks sufficient if you're willing to part with him.
You know what the best thing you can do is whenever you're having a discussion, a negotiation? Have some music playing in the background. Tempo. Why don't you strike us up a beat?
She's kind of like, what she'll actually listen to him and start playing music. Like, yeah, sure. But while he's doing that, I would like to, does it look like they're like securely in the machine?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What's the most dangerous? That's not the right word I want to use. What is? I was about to say what's the most dangerous looking button up there, but
What's
Yes.
the shiniest,
I
readiest
yeah, I
button?
would say, is there any particular piece of that machinery that looks that something that Mage Hand could possibly get a hold of and,
All of
and
them.
use? All of them?
Yes.
You know, we had a good time.
As you're doing that, the 2 halflings that were talking to each other, are you 2 doing anything?
I am scouting out the scariest looking monster creation.
I think let's unleash that dragon.
The dragon!
I'm just
gonna
going
go
to
to the
make my
dragon.
way toward those stones.
How big is this dragon?
It's a pseudo dragon. It's
Oh,
only
it's
about.
a baby little. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
oh,
only
yeah,
about that
cute.
big.
Let's let him free.
Okay. So I'm just going to skip up to it. And what was it in again?
It was in a glass, a reptile tank, basically, that's magically sealed.
That's what I was thinking, like smashy, smashy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all this movement and chaos that's going on, could I stealth?
There is nothing, no.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're
Oh,
headed
that
towards
was
the
my
machine
plan,
as
was
well.
once- yeah.
Okay, seeing her do that, I'm gonna like veer my attention to the man in the box instead. Since her attention's on the stone, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna not put too much attention on that machine and look over.
No,
see
my,
if
my thought was that once the dragon case got smashed, I would take that opportunity to stealth over and try and steal those stones. Even though somebody just directed the attention
it sounds like as
straight
soon as we
to
do
the
chaos,
stones.
this is gonna be chaos. So
Okay. Make an insight check.
Everybody?
Whoever gave it to you since you're interacting with them.
Okay.
Can I also make an insight
Yes,
check?
absolutely.
Because I get advantage on
Not
these.
me, because
Damn.
I'm going for a pretty dragon.
If you are investigating the man and the glass, you can make an Arcana check against the runes, and I have notes for you about looking over what you find. And as he's clambers on, your eyes start to notice a few more things, being mostly anatomical drawings of creatures and beasts scattered throughout the room and strewn across the walls, depictions of lions, goats, and young dragons on one, another showing a large lizard, an emu, and a giant bat. The last drawings paired together that you notice is just 2 creatures, a bear and an owl. A few things reach just beyond your periphery, obscured by the plethora of equipment in the way.
That's really
What'd you get on your insight?
cool. 21.
What'd you get?
18.
Okay. You both get the sense that, one, this man is very powerful. Very, very powerful. But also, you get the sense that he just doesn't care, and that is more like intrigued by your snake oil salesman routine that you kind of got going on here. And
Can I telepathy into everybody's brains for one more second?
sure.
Yes.
Maybe we should make a trade if we can survive his dungeon, that we get the stones as a reward, since he thinks his dungeon's so much better than the Tomb of Horrors.
Oh, I love that plan. Kill some monstrosities.
We've been
That's
through dungeons
Australian.
before.
As I'm reaching up for the dragon. Oh, I like that.
Okay, so I got a dirty 20 on my insight.
Okay.
Okay.
Or Arcana, excuse me.
Arcana, okay.
You can't get exactly what it is, but the runes, or the arcane runes that are scribed across them, definitely look necrotic and dark in nature.
Okay.
It's a very dark magic.
Okay. After hearing that idea, Tempo's going to like perk up, like look to the box and look back at her and go, yeah, and looks at me and is like, well, how about we have a bit of a wager here? Why don't we put your horribleness to the test, and maybe if we can survive, see what reward we can get out of it. Maybe one of those stones, if it is truly as horrible as you describe it is, the 2 stones.
All right. I understand. If I give you these, and this will be a test as well, you're taking the crystals that I use to fuel my experiments. And as he says that, you hear 2 more screams and almost like a growl, followed by what sounds like an owl hooting from the back room, kind of from the door that leads out of this laboratory.
Sounds like a lot of science back of that.
I shall require replacements. This temple is built upon the cataclysm between the primordial titans, Old Hydra and Ogremark. In their wake, birthed an underground lake teeming with powerful gems suitable for sustaining the power I need. At the bottom of the lake, you will find these primordial gems. The lake can be accessed through the southernmost staircase of my terrifying temple of tormenting monsters.
Another lightning orb crashes, causing a flash and thunder with your little flute.
Heed this warning as he looks to you, as greedy hands will be your death. I only seek what's in the depths.
I'm gonna use that, and she like writes down on the shoulder. That's a good one. I'm gonna use that.
I'm
Can I
feeling
kind of walk over to the doors and just peek inside?
You open up
really
into
attacked.
the
Yeah.
open up. Okay.
I don't have greedy
have that.
hands.
Yes, I do.
I just wanted
I know
the
it's a terrible
dragon.
idea, but
it's
I'm
a
gonna
terrible
do it
idea.
anyways.
I'm feeling very upset because
You didn't think of it first?
well, no, as a Ghostwise
Yes.
halfling, I am
Yeah.
very much
As you
in tune with owls specifically.
Yeah.
So the fact that they are torturing owls in
Yeah.
the other room,
So-
I am very visibly upset.
Yeah. As you go to do that, a man with wild eyes, looking beaten and broken, rushes in. Like the door flies open, or as you do, a secret door opens up behind one of the bookcases. Blood is splattered across his ripped and disheveled clothes. Pain, his arms' exasperation escapes his lungs in excitement, relief, and pain.
Master Thalissar, it worked! We have another successful hybrid!
A massive brown feathered paw with long black talon-like claws reaches out from the room and tears the man back inside. The only thing heard from beyond the veil is his screaming, accompanied by a large creature that sounds to be growling and hooting in unison as it crunches down, breaking the man's bones.
I'm actually okay with them making owlbears.
No.
Because they're terrific.
Yeah, no.
And then with that, he kind of looks at you suspiciously, as this is the very first time they've ever been created. And so you saying that openly is like, how do you know? And with that, the time stasis of the room fades back slowly, and the back to the empty rooms that it once was. You find yourselves back into the disheveled, empty laboratory that once was there.
Is there like a rotted bookcase?
Did I just break the spell by talking about something modern? Ooh.
Oh, well, I do declare that's good to know.
Is our thing still here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
the,
yeah,
But
that
the
is
rotted
still-
bookcase is there or whatever, anything like that?
Yeah, it
I'm
seems to be
going to-
empty. This entire room seems to be raided completely.
Jotrin stares at the bookcase and like
The secret door
looks
one?
over for a second, and Memento Mori just slides the bookcase in front
Make an
of the hole.
investigation check.
Sure.
With advantage. because you do know
What you're looking
what
for.
you're looking for.
11.
It takes you a while to find the hidden door with the bookshelf no longer there and vines growing over it. You
But when you do find it, there's a small crack left in the from the hasty tomb raiders that shows you the way. And it seems to be overgrown by a bunch of vines, but there was definitely an outline and the broken small bits of what is the minimal that's left of the bookshelf.
the door is almost completely hidden with the vines that cascade down the walls, but the small crack left from the hasty tomb raiders show you the way.
Yeah, you make your way into the blood-stained, massive rooms. The blood still dried, as it looks more like muddy brown that decorate these many corridors. It looks to be the ruins of an ancient, full experimental laboratory, where the other one seemed like to be a private one. This is massive. They are tables, like stone tables everywhere, and who knows what insane machinations were brought to life here.
I bet Bonesaw does.
Can I make, I don't know, it would be probably a nature, which I'm crappy at, but whatever, check to see if, he told us about these other gems that he could use for his machines that are just as good as these red and gold stones. Would I know if those gems would be just as good for what our mission is? Oh, God, me? No, no.
Yes,
Yes, it's for the children.
yes, for the children. More, please, more.
I don't even think I can do this.
You can most certainly try.
We believe
Look,
in you.
I'm
Do
gonna be
it
Cockney.
badly.
You can do it.
What is this? This is
is
like, dude.
Over.
I live on the other
Con the Park. Just go with Con Park. And it's wicked cool.
Yes, you can go ahead and make it a straight intelligence check.
Can't do it. Why? Somebody else needs to donate something really quick to change me from a Boston accent. I'm just letting you know.
Boston.
For the kids.
Boston.
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 I can't.
Bastard.
Boston?
Boston.
Everybody.
Let's go Boston.
It
I'm
looks
gonna,
cocked. Is it?
I'm going to call it a 16 plus.
Okay. I'm fine with it.
It's mostly on 16.
Yeah, that's fine.
What did you say?
Straight intelligence. So your intelligence modifier.
Yeah.
Can I assist her?
17. 17.
Can I assist her?
No, because you don't really know what she's doing.
Yeah,
Like,
she
this
just-
is all her in her
I'm
brain.
thinking.
Yeah. I'm thinking. So your total was
17.
17. So are they powerful stones? Obviously. You know that they are imbued with the magics of great titans. However, you remember and recall Ursus saying that he needs these specific ones because he doesn't need them to alter time. He needs it to use to create a way into Avernus.
So it's an infernal connection.
Correct.
Yes, it's the
Okay.
infernal
I
connection.
need some Boston accent guides to tell me how to say the things that I'm saying, and then I will repeat them in the Boston accent. This will be a learning experience for all of us.
Yeah. Your khakis, Boston.
Khakis?
Yeah,
The
you
car
go.
in Park.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Did you see that movie Jaws? Did you see Jaws?
Oh, Jaws was wicked cool.
Wicked cool.
Wicked cool.
You're going to break me.
This
Okay.
is your life now.
Okay.
I would actually like to cast Locate Object and see if any of those stones are present.
Okay. You cast Locate Object. There's nothing within 1,000 feet that pings.
Awesome.
I'm gonna walk over to the machine. I motion towards it. Should we push him down or?
It's not vibrating. You specifically remember
Right.
him saying it will vibrate and quake when it is somewhere where it can do its thing.
Well,
Got it.
can we proceed further down?
Duh.
Actually, it is within 1,000 feet.
Wait.
No, it's not.
Right. There's that
There's that aspect. No,
Okay.
it's not.
No, there is thing I thought I knew. I not know. Da, we proceed forward.
Thank you kindly. 3.
The weird time anomaly that seems to happen has put a strain on your voice that seems to be altering the way that you're speaking.
I am not happy.
All right.
To be a mute.
Yes, you can. And you continue to traverse through a room with a massive pit in the center. The erosion of time seems to have enlarged its mouth, making it nervously harrowing to scoot past on uneven footing. I need everybody to make acrobatics checks, please.
I should not have worn heels.
Every adventure says that at some point.
in
Harold
a
said
blue
it.
I'm in a
dress and
Lolita
heels.
blue dress
26.
with heels. With heels.
20.
Like the
20.
boot heels.
20.
26.
I'm gonna use that advantage. I'm gonna
This
use that
is
there
acrobatics?
advantage
Yes.
that I got. Thanks, whoever, by the way.
Is dirty 20.
What was that noise?
That was amazing!
Oh, it fermented.
All right, Dr. Bonesaw.
We done.
Get your potions under control, okay?
Higher, better assassins, all right? You have to try better than that.
Now I'm scared
so
of my
You took out my
potion.
Kool-Aid.
20.
You didn't get me.
20, 26,
10.
10.
16.
18.
21.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Sorry,
some
I
of my
was,
nimble
I was
homies.
hoping another cork was going to go flying
I
by.
really hope those at home saw that happen. Because I need to watch
everybody-
it back.
Yeah, everybody is just
Yeah,
like
it's visible.
almost tiptoeing and dancing across these vines that are pulling away at these stones, and you see your small goblin friend kind of like shakily going.
Hold on a second, I found something shiny.
And as you go to pick it up, it's actually a loose stone, and your footing begins to slip, but you're able to catch yourself and continue your way forward.
All
Come
part
on,
of the
Mr.
plan.
Bonesaw.
Why, thank you so much.
And I continue at my speed.
Okay. A collapse in the far wall reveals a tight, narrow, dark, cold tunnel that winds and twists around corners, leading to a door that's left ajar. It empties into a large, long, rectangular room. The north end of this vaulted chamber is entirely filled by a massive stone statue, broken and crumpled. A depiction of a smiling devil with two large horns seems to have hands looking to accept an offering through a large metal bowl charred black from the inside. This is obviously recognizable as the remnants of the infamous statue of Moloch. As you stand among the ruins, you begin to hear the humming energy of the dark crystals once again, and you notice that the statue and the homunculi are depicted very similarly.
I look over at you. We going again?
Well, this trip's been certainly a whirligig. Why don't you give it a push there, son, and see what happens.
I don't know what that means.
I will take my fist and shove it
All
down.
right. Once again, the amoebic magical light undulates and weaves outward around the room. You watch as centuries pass in seconds, unable to count the amount of bodies that once again came moving through here. And stones floating back into place, roots growing back. And the impressive figure rises 25 feet high, nearly touching the ceiling. Its hands hold a massive burning brazier, illuminating the chamber with an eerie flickering glow. The brazier's fire reflects brightly within the facets of the statue's massive ruby eyes.
Oh, I hate it.
Props.
It's creepy.
Shadows dance around the room from the roaring bonfire and the massive silver polished brazier bowl. Two dark shadowed creatures begin creeping over the side of the head of the great archdevil Moloch, former ruler of Malbolge of the Nine Hells.
If you want to make a perception check, you can.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to know what's about
I mean,
to kill me.
sure.
Sure.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Question. My spell's still active, is it not?
Mhm.
Do I sense the stones within 1,000
You do.
feet? Excellent. Where are they? They're in the
Oh,
islands,
I
aren't
get
they?
it. Excellent.
No, they're not.
because you're
No,
a
they're
bird.
further
Further
to the
back?
south.
Awesome.
Yep.
Although that
Excellent,
these
'cause
are
she's a
ruby,
bird.
Yeah.
they are watermelon in size
Oh, okay.
and not etched in infernal gold script.
Okay, that's good to know. Important facts. I got a 19.
21.
11.
20.
I got a 13.
10.
10? Okay.
10.
Everybody notices this. Crawling over the edge is two hooded figures in dark leather. The glint of a dagger shines in the firelight as you see one of the men begin to pry one of the massive watermelon-sized rubies out of the eye socket.
It's a good retirement plan, really. Watermelon-sized rubies.
And if anybody trained in Arcana can make me an Arcana check.
Once again, just remembered I was not playing, didn't I?
Wow.
Ain't a one of us.
That there's magic. That
There's
There's magic going on here.
And I
Gotta
need it
feel
harder. No? Okay.
You watch as the ruby falls loose and into the bag of the man waiting below. Immediately, the room rumbles as if an earthquake has taken over.
Should stop this.
The entirety of the temple. Dirt and dust begin to shake loose from the ceiling above as the light begins to shift in the room.
Is anybody doing anything?
Yeah.
Stones are this way.
I'm gonna
She's pointing away from the room.
I'm gonna hold up my crossbow and attempt to say, "Halt." How would I say this, Boston? Go, halt.
Fennec.
Hey, stop doing what you're doing there.
Holt?
Hey, halt.
I think it's Holt.
Yeah.
Halt.
Holt, what you doing?
Holt,
No, that's
what
New
you-
York.
No, this is so hard, you guys. This is so hard. Halt
It's good enough.
Yep.
with my crossbow, hand crossbow.
Okay.
Fennec. Stones are that way.
He told us not to let anybody or not to touch any other treasure.
We're not touching.
Your voice seems to surprise them as they were so focused on this gemstone. They thought they were the only people in the room as you magically appeared. The stone still falls out, and they look at you, and
I rush for it.
you rush for
I'm
it.
rushing for it.
Okay,
No!
awesome. With that, you're all you start rushing forward.
the bone
Everyone
saw?
else and the two men
It's
look
Dr.
up
Bonesaw.
as
Don't
the earth
touch item.
as the earthquake that starts to rumble in the room. You hear it echo throughout the rest of the temple, but then you see this massive stone creature stand, one eye emptied and one-eyed rubied. It drops the silver brazier that, like a flash of sparks and fire radiates through the room, and it starts looking at you all very
The
menacing.
second this happens, I back up and say, they did it. I tried to stop them.
You watch as one of the thieves' bodies ripple and quake as his bones break and reshift as his face elongates into a snout of a very rat-like creature, tail growing out the back of him as he grabs his dagger and looks up.
Would he count as a monstrosity?
No.
I want to say something real quick.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I say, there's a technique we have where I come from, a special technique that's only one that my family uses,
Oh,
the
no.
entire Kanjo family. And I turn and I run in the direction you pointed.
That's
go,
amazing.
Doc.
Okay, you start running and you break the threshold of this weird. It's almost like running through a wall. It looks like a wall of suspended water of magical energy as you run through, and you're instantly back into ruins. And you look back behind you, and it's all ruins.
Shit.
But Jojo has run and has disappeared.
Great. I'm going to attempt to intimidate them into putting this stone back into his face.
Go ahead.
Line. Back in Boston.
Put it back there.
Put it back there. This is going to be horrible.
I love it.
Magnificent.
Here we go. Oh, God. Should I take my reroll? I don't know.
Nah.
5. I'm little.
Yeah, you go to lift it. This thing is about the size of you.
Oh, good.
And you're just like,
Put it back. Put it back there.
I am going to attempt to do what she asked.
okay.
But if they, I'm letting, preemptively, if they make a move towards her in any way, I will let loose a bolt into their face.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Put boulder back in the mountain.
I'm going to say, fellas, I feel like we got on the wrong foot here. Why don't we settle this with a little bit of a bribery? I'm going to pull out a gemstone and cast Incite Greed on both of them.
What is the save on that?
then
Wisdom
there's
save
this guy.
14.
Okay.
Not the best cleric in the world.
Oh my God.
Oh, for the love of all things unholy and deep fried.
So the were-rat
You are about
kind
to
of
clutch pearl.
looks at the giant one and goes,
Getting the vapors.
and then but the other guys go wide.
Hey, your friend here. He knows good quality when he sees it. And I begin rolling it across my hand, and I say, look, fellas, look at this thing. It's huge. It summons demons. But this is what we like to call Zircon. You ever heard of Zircon? No, you haven't.
You see, you look back and you don't see the rat anymore, but you see this other man slowly walking towards you, pulling a dagger, not aggressively, more defensively, and he goes to reach out and grab the. Nope.
Can I run up on him and
he
body slam him?
Viper quick goes to grab it, but instead literally hits it with his fingers. And you watch at least 2 of his fingers break as he crashes them on it. He's like, ah!
What is the stone? It hurts.
And then he looks back, and then the giant statue just its palm smashes him, blood smear everywhere across the ground. You are stuck right in between the webs of this creature's fingers as you see the stone pull up and the viscous blood and gut streaming across as it lifts back into the air, and then it looks down at you. You fly up and put it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey!
Some reason, with your hey, you seem to have deterred it. It steps back.
Slowly steps back with the eye replaced, sits back in the cross-legged position, and hands go back down, cradling the
brazier.
The brazier.
I'll forgive you this time.
No, that's
It's
a brazier.
That's your brazier.
I'll tell you the story about it sometime. It's a thing. Sorry.
So the creature stops.
Yes.
At that, she'll kind of look everyone, take the horn out, dun 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 dun, dun and put it back on her hip.
Now we find Jojo and stones.
The light of the room fades back to dark ruins that once stood here.
No, we didn't say anything modern.
No, I think we complete
And you
step
see
in
everyone
process.
rematerialize.
As your
in
friends,
front of
your friends are now standing before you.
Should have tried the Kanjo family technique. It would have been faster.
Is process. I think we complete first step in process.
Anybody got a towel?
So
I do.
What happened?
I cast prestidigitation on him. to
As
say-
I'm handing a lace doily.
You know what? I'm still gonna take it.
The daintiest of ragers.
You haven't seen me rage yet.
Onwards and downwards.
So stones felt to be this way. We go this way, we try again.
You don't sense them anymore.
Right, but
Yes,
where they used
but
to
you
be.
are correct.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Following the direction, you traverse through a series of long, wide hallways adjacently connected leading south. You pass a series of triggered traps and countless old bones of those that failed in their attempt to raid the temple in times past. You eventually begin to hear the soft sounds of waves crashing upon land nearby. The stone walls begin to sweat with perspiration, with the sweet tang of salted air that permeates through the halls. Descending down a curving stairwell that led to a vast beach emptying into a dark sea.
When we get down
Your
there,
sight, even past 120 feet, just empties into a dark abyss beyond the light. This huge cavern. It is hundreds of feet, about 100 feet up, and then just you can't see how far back it goes.
Once again, you feel the hum coming from the construct that's with you.
We push button now.
Is it going?
Look over you. Are you crying?
No. It's blood.
Clear blood.
Clear blood in my eye. Don't judge me. Before we press any further, I just like to say a few words. I'm going to cast Motivational Speech because I think we're all going to die.
What is your motivational speech?
We've been through a lot. Dr. Bonesaw's traveling cure-all crew. Done a lot. Sold a lot. Been through a lot of scripts and scrams. Done a lot of flims and flams. But this is the flammiest flim we've ever flammed. I just want all of you to know, no matter what happens here, the fact that I did not die rich is my biggest regret. And I blame you.
It's fair.
And all of you gain 8 temporary hit points and have advantage on wisdom saving throws for the next hour.
That
Nice.
was beautiful,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Dr. Bonesaw.
Oh wait, this isn't a
Thank
tablet.
you so much.
Good grief.
Now, I'm just going to stand behind you for a while.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
All right. So the construct is still humming, and the smoke is swirling, drastically again. What do you guys do?
I reach to the next crystal
Don't leave us this time.
and
Did we-
shunt it down.
As he says, it's like, did we consider the water level as he does that?
But as this magical energy starts to radiate out in this weird undulating form, it takes over a large area of this cavern. Yet there seems to be no change, except
You can see the faintest glimmer of red in several places underneath the water.
yep.
And yours and ping.
There! And it's further out, it's down deep, but you can see this primordial glow to them.
I will.
Whoa, whoa. Boston asked.
I'm putting on my
Wait, no.
gloves.
I'm already taking off.
We can't,
Do not-
Can't do that.
we can't, like that? We can't touch these stones.
Touch nothing but stones
But
we came for.
Primordial gems.
What do those look
Okay,
like?
I'm going to attempt to explain to you in my Boston accent that I know that we are originally looking for these red gems with the gold flecks, but when the lights are on, when the lights are off, those are fair game. When the lights are on, and we only can take the primordial gems from the lake, not the stones we actually want. We then need to trade the primordial gems for the actual gems that we want, but if we touch the other gems, he told us not to, we're going to be in trouble, even though those are really the ones that we really want. Does that make sense?
No.
No.
So you, I have plan. You pick up stones we are supposed to take.
Yeah, I'm good at
But-
that.
No one else touch stones.
But pretend I just said that in a Boston accent. By the way, donator, really quickly, I don't want to derail the game, but I promise with your donation, I am going to learn how to speak in a Boston accent.
There you go.
I
That's
am
good.
going to do this, so I will prove to you. I will make a recording and upload it to the internet for you.
Boston.
Boston.
A
Boston,
wicked
I
cool
cannot-
Boston
A
accent.
Mark
wicked cool
Wahlberg.
Boston. I cannot do
I
it.
put
I
on
will
my-
do it.
I'm gonna put on my gloves of swimming and climbing, and
No one
Are you
listens
doing
to
this?
plan.
Listen to my plan.
did he not specifically say to only grab the stones he wanted?
The ones he wants are the primordial gems,
clear
not they're
ones?
blue, right? He said
that's
they're
the
blue.
red.
No, that's
Oh,
that's
they
the
are
guy.
He didn't say- he
That's
didn't say
the
what
guy
color they
who
were.
was-
There's two. There's Olhydra and Olgrimok, and Olhydra is a water titan, and Olgrimok, I believe, is an earth titan. So it'd be green. So you're looking for blue and green.
Blue and green gems only. Don't touch the ones we really want.
Why?
Because he said if we touch anything but the blue and green ones,
they are.
we will regret it.
I believe you. I was
So blue and green.
I was paying attention.
I believe you. I'm going to jump in the water.
I take off the Lolita dress and I jump in the water as well.
I am. You said this is a large cavern.
They exist.
Oh, and also
You
my
said it's
high
a large
heels.
cavern.
Yeah.
Can I
Don't swim
basically
in high
circle
heels.
over, watching everybody?
Sure.
Of
All right,
course.
I'm going to do that.
Oh, can I ride you?
Yes, you can.
Ta-da!
Okay, you're doing that. What are you doing?
Still,
Oh God.
I'm gonna search for anything that might be either living or anything that might be valuable that's not in the water.
It is a beach.
Sand.
no.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
Get a pretty seashell.
Yeah, as you go, you can see that from your as you begin to circle, there are stalagmites that are like rising out of this water.
I'm impressed.
Cool.
Stalagmites. You knew it. That's right. That's correct.
Yep.
Well done.
Tight for top.
Yeah. Mites crawl.
So you're dropping in.
Tempo is gonna remain on the shore and kind of be playing ditties for them to
Okay.
to swim
She's
to.
playing the
I'm
chase
swimming
music.
with.
Yeah.
So we got 2 in the air, we got 2 in the ground, we got 2 in the water.
Bang.
Yep.
Awesome.
So we're only going to lose 2 at a time.
So
Pros.
as you dive in deep, I need swim checks. from
Okay.
both of you.
So it's athletics, but I get a +5 because of my gloves, correct? Maybe that's how that works.
It's either that or you get advantage.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm 100% certain it's +5.
Okay.
So here we go. All right.
What'd you get, Mr. JoJo?
24.
I also got
24.
a 24.
24 and 24? Awesome. You dive straight in and you start going across the top of the lake before you start diving in. Save your breath because it's a little bit further out and a little bit further down.
Right.
Go ahead and you two make a perception check.
Oh yeah, I'm good at those. As I say right before I roll something bad, probably.
Oh.
Oh no.
Can't use my Hemon tree.
Perception?
21.
What?
24.
24 and 21. You both have dark vision.
I do not.
I do.
You're
That's
at
ironic.
disadvantage.
Okay.
Ironic.
I should probably make it
That's
this
a
high so I
Both
can.
15.
judged you harshly.
I'm switching my
15.
my
Okay.
eye.
And what was your total?
21.
21.
She kind of steers me so I don't fly into
That's
anything.
right. She's my mount, so I'm
Yeah.
actually the one controlling the flying.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Glad you wore turtleneck today.
You are keeping track of those two that are swimming along the top of the lake as you see something massive move, a
No, thank
giant
you.
shadow go underneath them.
Come on,
There's something in the water.
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 What?
There's something in the water.
And
It's
as you
us.
say that,
Is
this
large.
tendril wraps around both of you.
Are you calling me fat?
Rises you up into the air, and there's this giant barracuda-type creature that
Crap,
rises up from the water. Its mouth agape, long, barbed, nasty maw of razor-sharp teeth, beady eyes, and you see its body web out like an octopus.
hi.
DM,
Yeah.
because I spotted it right before that happened,
Yep.
could I have can I make a shot at it real quick?
Can I cast a spell?
You did not see it. She saw it. You will get a surprise round attack on it, so you will act in this round as well. I need everyone to roll initiative, and
Nice
I would like
screaming.
the map, please.
The map.
We have a map?
No, we do have a map.
We're in another state.
Is
bro,
that,
Matt.
is that what you
Guys.
were screaming I couldn't look for?
Guys, I'm not ready for another near-death experience underwater.
It's
too soon.
Bring out
That's
the quipper.
unfortunate.
It's too soon.
This is so weird not having to like deduct 1 from my initiative roll. I don't know. This is amazing. I have a negative dex modifier normally.
It's so weird not wearing
so-
super tight pants that chafe through my skin.
Wait till you
Is that
get home.
I feel so confident now. I mean, what I meant to say was we're all gonna
That's a
die.
lot of work that went into making that thing that we're just gonna die to in 2 rounds. So what kind of creature is this?
Oh, it is definitely a monstrosity.
Yeah!
Yes. Very specifically, this is a Thessal Kraken.
No, thank you.
Oh, you mean
Thessal
that-
crack?
I get it.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
All
Yes.
right.
That explains the
Thessal
Thessal
Kraken.
It's a
that
Thessal
I
Kraken.
wrote down.
And
Thessal
the
Kraken.
person, and as you are making your way through this, you start thinking about, oh, the Temple of Moloch, and it was this other great temple that rivaled the Tomb of Horrors, and how treacherous it was. And you start thinking of, once you realize, oh, the owlbear, and you start thinking about, wait, who created that? And all of these other monstrosities that live within the world, and you realize it's Thessalar, the creator of the Thessal Kraken, the Thessal Hydra, the Thessal Cockatrice. Things, monstrosities that are beyond regular monstrosities, things that are truly terrifying.
He couldn't make it on stage, so he decided to make some monstrosities.
All of my feathers
So,
just stand on end.
25 to 20.
Oh, yeah, I should roll that.
Oh, look at us up on this cool
I know, right?
I should have rolled it. I
action
should have
shield
waited.
riser.
So 25 to
They're
20?
so
25 to 20.
fabulous.
20 to 15.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was 21.
I was 16. Sorry.
Oh, wait.
We were marveling.
I got a 19.
I got a 19 as well.
What's your base?
And then layer.
Mine is also. But you're much bigger than I am.
I'm a halfling.
That's all he has.
I still bet you're bigger than I am.
How tall are you?
Like 3 feet?
I'm
Okay,
4
and
feet.
and
Are we going by Zim rules?
speed
Whoever's
after this?
tallest
I'm
gets to go
2'11".
first?
Isn't it
Apparently.
speed
Okay.
after this
I'm
point?
2'11". I'm an inch shorter than you.
20 to 15.
16.
Nope, sorry. Nope.
19.
Also 19. But I go first.
Okay.
I don't know why that was.
15 to 10.
12.
Oh no.
I'm gonna die. All those arms are gonna get turns before me, and they're all just gonna slap me.
Rhea.
Okay.
Oh no.
Finrick, you get the surprise round that it got. So you are not surprised you saw it coming. So go ahead and make your first attack. Does not
Do I
count
get that
as your
with
initiative.
advantage because he's not aware that I saw him?
Sure.
All right.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah,
then
it
I'm
was too
gonna,
focused on its other
Then
prey.
I'm going to
Yeah.
crossbow
imagine
him
why
to
that
the.
would
I'm going to crossbow him. And with my sneak attack
Of course.
because I have advantage. And so
Put
that
me
will
in
be
a
a
tentacle.
21 to hit.
A 21 will hit.
All right. Well
That was
then
so clean.
I have 5 of these guys.
Yo.
Hold on.
That's impressive. That was good.
16.
Getting them off is not going to be as easy.
Yeah, no.
It's that loop, that metal loop
22 points of
Got it.
damage.
Nice.
Amazing. Guess who goes first?
No.
It goes.
Who?
Yeah, but then did it already do its?
No, that was the surprise. It got its attack.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
By
Top
the way,
of the
that
round.
was that was a ranged attack, so we are steering
Oh no.
very clear of these tentacles.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go first. So surprise round over.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome.
Oh.
Shoot it again!
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna shoot it again.
Okay.
Oh, and that's a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Unfortunately, there's no sneak attack with this one, unless he has some sort of enemy within 5 feet that I'm not knowing.
Are you shooting at?
I have to have advantage, or he has to have a. There has to
Flank.
be another enemy within 5 feet.
You're shooting the main mass.
Oh, so these are separate.
It
Things?
all calculates as one whole health pool. There are allies
Yeah,
that
within
are
5 feet, you get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
have 2 allies and tentacles. That's part of it.
I'm taking it, guys. 4, 7.
You have 2 allies slowly dying.
I'm
Get your
sure it's
advantage.
fine.
That will be 24 more points of damage.
24 more points of damage.
24. Got it.
Yep. So, you seeing this creature, it bursts out, and you just unload 2 bolts that just jam itself into the first one into its body, and the next one into let's say JoJo's. And the JoJo's tentacles, as you see it start to writhe, and you watch JoJo just get flung back and forth, still within its
Good grief!
But then its eye that is on the side just rotates and looks back towards
Oh.
you,
Oh, yeah, no
like a
problem.
chameleon's.
Accent for come at me, bro.
Come
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. I don't know.
So, just a quick note: we are only $75 away from $11,000 raised for Extra Life for the year.
Wow.
So
Thank you,
we
guys.
have about 30 minutes left on the stream. d4extralife.com. Keep those donations coming. We're in a
Make us
fight
do
now.
some voices.
Make us
Yeah.
regret
Have them do some
choices.
voices. Help give them advantage.
Heal 'em, hurt
heal
'em.
hurt them, whatever we want to do.
hurt us.
All right.
Drop
so
our
with
voices.
that, I
Just kill
need
Petunia's sister.
who's on the beach? I need my Dr. Sawbones, and I need
Dr. Bonesaw to you.
What's
Tempo.
up, fly girl?
Dr. Bonesaw and Tempo to make me wisdom saving throws. As all of a sudden, there is a glimmer
You have advantage.
of the entire seabed is covered in gold and platinum and gems.
Remember that you have
I have advantage on wisdom.
thanks to your great leader.
I feel like I am in control here. I feel like I've got everything under control. 17.
Wisdom
Okay.
saving throw.
Yes.
That would be a. That'd be an 8.
8.
8, okay. 17.
17.
Fails. You
damn.
all like almost compelled by the sight of this appearing treasure. You slowly start to move towards the vessel kraken.
Oh no. Don't.
Move 10 feet closer. All right. It is now. It actually is going to, at the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action.
Okay.
And it is actually going to throw you at the Aarakocra.
Dodge, dodge, dodge.
I can't make that joke.
So I go flying.
Yeah, your bolt that lodged itself into its tentacle starts shaking them back and forth, and then on one of the back swings, it
I
just.
need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Wait,
Straight
since
at you.
I'm controlling,
No.
It is
You want
her
me doing
movement.
this?
Are you going?
Yeah, no, you want me doing this. Dexterity saving throw.
Because you're so in tune, I'm not going to give her disadvantage because you're riding her. But
What's
since
up?
y'all work in
I also
tandem.
have high deck, very high deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
19.
Okay, 19. Yep. You are. I need 46. You are going to
We
take.
do barrel roll.
Yep. And you slam into the. Remind me your name again. Scree. You slam into Scree, and but you kind of roll with it, and you both don't take as much damage.
I throw you back at it next.
Does evasion count here?
Cannot jump the distance. You'll have to toss me.
No,
I guess I'm not
because-
making a save. Yeah, I'm not making a save.
You're a weapon in this thing.
You're not a person anymore. You're just a
Actually,
weapon.
I will need to make an
I
attack
can't
roll
use my
with
favorite
you.
joke for
Okay.
this.
We'll actually miss with that. So you just go past, you barrel roll out of the way, and you slam into the water there. You will take 18 points of damage as you slam into the water belly flop style.
Got them temp HP.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You hear Timbo go.
All right, that's that legendary action, and that brings us to its turn.
I giggle.
Gets those legendary actions back.
It goes between.
Rose is up next, and Doctor, you're in the hole.
Sweet.
So where am
That's
I
a good place to
now?
be.
You're all the way back here in the water. Good thing you can swim.
Yeah, good thing I can swim. Good thing I'm far away. Best of luck, everyone.
He's fine.
Okay, it brings you up to its mouth.
No!
It is. Okay. I am gonna assume that a 31 hits your armor class.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't actually.
All right. You are going to take 20 points of piercing damage plus 5 points of acid damage, and you're swallowed.
Wow, that was quick.
oh no!
I'm sorry, so what was that breakdown again?
So 20 piercing,
Okay.
5
Use
acid,
Okay.
and then you're swallowed.
But take 8 away from that.
So while swallowed,
my
you
words.
are
Yeah.
blinded and restrained.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Back here.
I don't want it.
All right.
Move with the
Oh,
guiding
God.
company.
Anything else?
Each of the turns. Yes.
Okay. It has more.
And then
Vessel
it is,
krakens are true monstrosities.
And then its tentacles are going to lash out at our bard and our cleric.
Ooh.
No.
Kidding.
That's going to hit. It's a 30 to hit.
How good are you cutting words?
I was about
That
to.
is not a thing
No,
Valabards do.
No,
Oh, no.
but I do have hellish rebuke.
Well, that doesn't help me.
It helps me.
Yep.
17 to hit your armor class?
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you have shield?
I do not.
I have a shield.
You're going to take 12 points of slashing damage, and you are grappled.
Okay.
Okay? You can Hellish Rebuke,
Yeah.
and then you're going to take 18 points of slashing damage,
Ooh.
and you are grappled. Let's do some.
I almost said a bad word.
Combat.
That's why I couldn't say my favorite joke. because my favorite joke involves that word twice.
That is its turn.
Oh, is that all?
That's it.
No big
That's it.
deal. We got this.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm just gonna waste my next turn with intimidation. This thing grappled. Send him back to the depths with my scary JoJo voice.
Yep. Okay.
Your scary JoJo voice.
It is now Rose's
Rose's
turn.
Hi.
So it is dark. You're cramped. You're sitting in this like sloshy stomach, acidy place. You can't see anything, and your things are kind of
The acrid smell
Yep.
stings your nostrils and your eyes, and it's so dark and cramped, like you feel the muscles around you tensing as it's moving around violently.
I'm gonna rage.
I figured.
And then I'm gonna frenzy rage.
Yeah, fair.
And start swinging wildly.
All right.
As much as possible. And I'm doing
so because you
so
rage this turn, you won't be
recklessly.
able to do your frenzy
Yes,
attack
but I
until
do have
next
an
turn.
extra attack.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you like to attack recklessly?
Yeah.
Assume so
okay.
you're going to roll
Why
regular.
not?
You're going to roll regular because you're restrained, which would be disadvantage on your attacks anyway, so you can just roll regular.
23
That
and
hits.
16.
That hits.
Oh, I'm in
Kind of hard to
him.
miss when you are surrounded.
Hopefully.
Ooh, that's 14. Lame. 4, so 18 plus. Oh, barbarians, where's your rage damage? Help me.
That's
It would
plus
be-
2, right?
Is it plus 2? Just plus 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So that's 20 total.
Okay.
For both those hits.
Okay, got it.
Wait a second. I remember barbarians being way heavy hittier.
All right, so yeah, you
I'm doing
boom,
this wrong.
just slamming your hammer, right?
Nope, great axe.
Great axe. You're slamming your great axe.
But it's a
into
normal
this.
size great axe.
Oh,
It's not
yeah,
a
got it.
halfling size great axe. It's
Got it.
a normal size
got it.
great axe.
Great axe. You start cutting through the webbed stomach lining that is in here, and you start seeing it seep out more acid into the area to try and make up for the damage that's being done for it.
I'm gonna give you such bad indigestion.
Doctor,
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Most southern food.
So I spend part of my turn screaming horrifically. It's, Save me, Kanjo! But I'm assuming I can still cast spells while I'm grappled. Correct?
yes, Scree,
Okay.
you're up next. Tempo, you're
Okay. First thing I do, bonus action, I cast Sanctuary on myself.
okay.
To hopefully prevent further
Yeah,
insane
fair.
damage. So here's my question. This is one mass technically with just a bunch of small
Correct.
tentacles behind it. I would like to cast Ray of Enfeeblement on it.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice. Very
see if That would
nice.
affect everything on it. Your save is 14.
Oh.
I'm not optimized. I'm doing the best I can.
All right. So what is the save on it?
14.
14. What kind of save?
Con.
Con save. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. So it has a plus 10 to its con save.
I'll let Logan know this.
I rolled a 3.
I'll let Logan know
Wow.
this. Sanctuary goes away if you do an aggressive action towards it.
I will cast that then first and bonus action that if you allow me
Of
to
course,
do that.
absolutely.
You are not a mage user. You are a rogue typically, so it is
But
okay.
yeah, he has he deals only half damage with any weapon attack that uses strength,
Okay.
and you can keep making that con save at the end of your turn. It's a concentration thing.
Okay, got it. So he makes a new save at the
It
end
makes a
of
new
his turn.
save at the end of his turn, but any attack that uses strength takes half damage.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
And I will keep that going, screaming, "Save me, Kanjo! Save me, Kanjo! Save me, Kanjo!" Loud as I can.
Scree.
Yes.
Hold on.
Hi.
At the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action.
Oh,
no.
And he is
it's
going
one
to
of
try and
those
hit you,
ones.
but he will have to make a wisdom save to see if he can.
One of those jerks.
He hits you.
No.
That's a 26 to beat your.
Yep.
Yep. So he is going to just bring. Where are you? You're grappled. He is going to. He's gonna throw you at the at Scree
Fair.
He's
Yeah.
big on
Why
that.
is it always being thrown at me?
because it
You're
can't reach you with its tentacles, so it's gonna throw
Aw.
people at you. It's gonna use its ranged attack.
It's not
Your
my
friends.
problem. He had poor planning when he was growing.
He didn't choose this life; it was made for him.
21.
21. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so dexterity saving throw.
I used to be an accountant kraken. I mean, Thessel. He tells me he knows a good portfolio for me. Next
Dex,
thing I know,
that is
Thessel Kraken.
15. No, 16.
Okay,
16.
great, perfect. So you're gonna take 16 points of. Sorry, you'll take half. So you'll both take 8.
Eight.
All right.
Yep. As you kind of roll and then you land in the water next to Jojo.
Yep. You splash into the water.
As I am being thrown, I see her and start going, catch me, catch me, catch me, catch me, catch me, catch me.
I kind of
I try to
lift
reach
to
out
the
an
side.
It like, clips your wing a bit. You kind of stumble a bit, and then you. All right,
As
now.
he's coming down to me,
Now it is your turn, Scream.
You know the plan.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a plan.
We have a plan.
Okay.
We're kind of
Oh, I need
going
to-
tandemly here,
Okay.
simultaneously. So I'm going to swoop down in and cast Mark on it. I'm going to Hunter's Mark it.
Okay.
Hunter's
It's
Mark?
a bonus action.
So that's my bonus action. I'm then going to shoot it with an arrow as
Okay.
I'm swooping in. Meanwhile, I'm coming in close enough for her to be able to jump onto it to
When
do
it
a
is my
weapon
turn.
when it is her
Okay,
turn
got
to
it.
do a weapon attack.
Yeah.
And I'm moving slowly enough that by the end of my movement, I'll have been able for her to jump back on and get away.
This is going to work.
That will not be able to happen because she did not ready an action to jump on your turn. So you're gonna have to hold your.
gone?
You're gonna have to hold your movement.
At the top.
Oh, got it.
Yes,
Okay.
you're gonna have to
But I'm going to
stay
use
there.
the jump as my move action.
I understand, but because
But it's so cool, Dustin.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Do you want to save that and do
oh,
that
you know
next
what?
round?
I can do it airborne.
You
we
can
can
do
do
it
this
airborne?
airborne.
All right, we got this.
Hold on,
Got
hold
it?
on.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
We're
do
doing
this
it live.
We're on it. All right, so
Okay. You know what?
It was a react.
Let's do it.
I think I think we can do it airborne anyway, but whatever
he
you
said
want.
it's good.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
let's
good.
do it.
Let's do it. It's,
Okay.
you know
This
what?
will be
It's
very
fun.
cinematic.
That's fun. You're absolutely right. That sounds awesome.
all right. Yay. So I
your
mark
concept.
him.
So what's your flight speed?
My
It's
flight speed is
60?
50.
50?
Mhm.
All right, so that'll get you here. And then that's half your movement.
Okay.
All right, so go
So
ahead and
hit him with the mark.
Yep, he's Hunter's marked. Go ahead and
Oh yeah, baby.
get your attack.
How about a 20?
This is actually a bad
What
idea.
is it? No, this is a fabulous
I
idea.
love it.
Don't start listening to that voice of reason. That is going to be a 25.
25 hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
It's crazy ideas like this
just
that you
read
can
it.
help them out on with donations.
seriously,
We need it. Sorry, I'm not supposed to sound desperate. We need it.
5 plus 9.
They told me no crying. We're all gonna die.
14.
14?
14 damage?
14 damage.
Got it. And you included your Hunter's mark damage in that? You get a d6.
Rose Potts is about to
15.
die.
Beautiful. You start flying in, swooping down. You start bracing for your attack, and you actually bring your wings back, going into almost a dive as you hunter's mark it, and then sort of.
And we'll finish your movement on
Yes.
her turn.
Yes.
So, all right. So that brings us
To tempo.
to tempo.
Okay.
Joe, you're up next. Fenric, you're in the hole.
Okay, since I realized that Hellish Rebuke is a reaction and not an action, I'm gonna say that since that. I assume you guys didn't calculate that. I didn't hear you all calculate that.
Say,
The Hellish Rebuke is a reaction. I didn't hear. I
Oh.
didn't hear that get calculated. So
Nope.
do you want me to save that till later?
no, that's fine. How much damage did you do?
It
Rhea.
is.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Apologies, I had it pulled up.
Ow.
It is a reaction to being hit. so.
Yeah,
Oh,
two,
yeah, yeah.
2d10.
Thank you.
Fire.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So is it a deck save?
Yeah, it's a dex save.
Okay.
I think that fails.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. This thing's got pretty. Actually, yeah, a 9 will fail.
4. Wow.
Yes.
Bust out your flute again.
She takes her flute and she goes, I was getting to my encore.
Amazing.
Nice,
As you
nice.
stab the flute in, it just erupts in flames up
Yeah.
the tentacle, and it is your turn.
At the.
No, that was just a reaction for the last time.
Got it.
It's your turn.
Okay, yeah, got it.
All right, and then I will cast blindness and deafness on it.
I like that.
Good timing.
I have a question.
You
by
don't
the way.
deserve to hear
Yeah,
my
if you can't
music.
appreciate my music, you don't
I
get to
can
hear
only
it.
shoot a
Okay,
bow
got it.
once, even
So,
though I
what
have
save
2
is it?
attacks, correct?
Constitution.
Con save?
Depends on what else.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 24.
It's okay.
It's nice, then. Nice try, though.
I try.
Yep.
It's fine.
You
Whatever.
start weaving magic through your flute, and then you hit this high-pitched note that everybody else is used to, but it would be so loud and so piercing that it would cause you to like rack in pain with your ears and cause you to squint your eyes through how much, but it seems to not.
Man,
really-
it probably doesn't even hear it.
Yeah, through its own roars that echo through the cavern. And
As you do that, it's going to spend a legendary action and throw you at the flyby attack. It's actually going to try to hit you as you jump off, like you kind of collide.
So is it throwing it at me then?
It's throwing it at
Yes.
you, yes.
I have a
Oh.
question,
So I need a dex
by
save
the
from
way,
you.
just for next round. If I get 2 attacks per round, can I fire 2 arrows?
Absolutely.
oh yeah,
Okay, I only fired 1.
Fire another one.
Okay. Yeah, I failed that deck save for sure.
I crit!
So could I do a bonus action while I fly by on them, since Bardic Inspiration or like is technically
Because
a bonus
this is
action?
at the end of your
Oh,
turn.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
So
that's
this is
fine.
happening at the end
Okay.
of your turn.
so
fine.
we're going to use our D4 rules on
'Kay.
crit, and that means that the first damage die is maxed.
Right.
Instead of rolling double damage, one of your die is already maxed.
Yep. So you'll go ahead and
Okay.
Yep.
just roll 1 damage die.
And don't forget to double your hunter's
Yep.
mark.
Yep. And then
Die.
you roll 2d6 with your hunter's
13.
mark.
That's going to be, mathing, 15, 24.
Did you roll hunter's mark damage?
Yes.
'Kay.
I think I did.
Did you roll 2d6 for hunter's mark?
Yes. Now I did. 18 plus 8. 32.
32.
32.
Okay. Got it.
Like this.
I did
Yep.
stuff.
Roll that.
So, you, Tempo, after you set it ablaze in its temple and the tentacle, and then shoot this piercing note, it just wraps you up further and it chucks you in this direction.
And as you're leaping off, you both collide and fall onto its back.
Y'all are both.
Well, then I don't have to jump.
Yeah, but you're both going to
Nice.
take
19.
19 points of damage.
Yes.
Does that have?
No, that's because
that
she
check.
failed.
But I still have my temp hit points, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Do you remember my words?
I remember your words. They were lovely, inspiring words about greed.
If you wouldn't mind picking up the gloves of swimming and climbing to make sure, I'm trying to think about like how much movement I'm going to need.
It's just you. I believe you have advantage on athletics checks.
I'm going to jump
I
back
don't know if
on
it's
you.
advantage.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like
As my
Yeah.
move action.
Yeah.
It
got you.
is
Saved me an action, actually, by making me fall.
JoJo's turn.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to we're trying to check to see how much movement I
Yep,
get.
yep, I got it.
Because normally
Yep.
I would run 45
Plus 5
feet.
bonus to strength athletics checks. It doesn't cost you any extra movement, so you have regular movement
Okay.
instead of being impeded by half movement.
Perfect. So
Yep.
I will spend 45 movement
Yep.
to swim closer.
35, 40. You get right up to it.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to start things off with the natural 20 that somebody donated. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And Memento Mori is going to burst out of the water, Mori, and just lay a shot into him. And that'll be 6 plus.
I love it.
Okay, 9. That'll be 13 points of radiant damage.
Got it.
So you start super fast swimming towards this thing, and you actually launch yourself up out of the water as you extend your arms. This astral form takes place and then just slams into this. Everybody hears this echo. It slams into the slick hide of this monstrous fish-like barracuda squid.
You know, and I'll spend 1 key point, even though I know it's basically useless, but maybe it'll roll a 1, and I'll make a con save to see if it's stunned.
No.
Okay, yeah. No, for sure. Con save coming right
And
up.
I'll roll my next attack.
12.
Fails.
It went
It went natural 20. 2.
Oh, what a
was
journey.
So here's what
It is
here's what happens.
stunned. Wow.
When it hits, Jotron, in almost what seems like more time than should be possible, says, "The power of Memento Mori lets you see your own death. Tell me, what do you see?" And it begins to
It goes.
That's what I thought. And then I'm going to swing my next swing.
But you do know that for some reason it saw its own death.
Sweet.
Somewhere in back of the cave, you hear a horn go.
Not immune to stun.
25.
And don't forget, all of your attacks have advantage on it now because it's stunned.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's baller.
Okay, 25.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, and that'll be 5 points of radiant damage.
Got it.
And then I will spend another key point to do Flurry of Blows twice.
Yeah, fair.
Fenric, you're up next.
Oh. I'm adjusting for this new development.
Okay.
Yep.
Natural 20
Yo.
on
man.
one, and on the other one it's 8. I'm sorry, it's 16.
16 hits, just barely.
Okay, so 4,
Crap.
8, 12, 18 more points of radiant damage.
Oh my.
As just the arms just blur and it's just unloading into him.
Yeah. And you just like, you're punching, your
Yeah, my astral self.
astral
is
self
punching.
is punching, and it's just like this literal flurry of hundreds of fists just slamming into it. Water is splashing up all around you as you've actually almost started to stand on the water. You're hitting it and punching it so much. And as you do your last one, you slowly sink back into the water.
Oh, I love it. Oh, you're the best.
Nice.
You find yourself upon this writhing barracuda creature.
I
It's
do.
like floating and like staggering, almost as if it's about to resubmerge. It is stunned.
So I have advantage on all of these
do.
attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to stab it
Okay.
with, well, I guess you would.
You stealing knives?
With my my rapier.
Okay. Yep.
And because I do that, I will be taking my bonus action of crossbow expert.
Of course.
So I will stab it first.
Okay.
This is a sneak attack.
Yeah. Fair.
And so that is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
18 hits.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So then I get a D8, I'm sorry, plus my 46. So that's 9 plus 12, 15, 21, 27 points with that hit.
Got it.
And then I will take my crossbow expert shot. That goes with advantage too then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that will be an 18 to
That
hit.
hits.
19 hits.
And but I don't get the sneak
No.
attack again.
no. Only
Nope,
once
once
per
per turn.
I can ask. For another 8 points.
8 points. Okay.
And then with my move, I will jump back onto her.
So what you do is you actually kind of staggering as you were not expecting to be hit. You begin to slide off. You take your rapier, jab it into the side, and slide down the neck. As you kick off in midair before you land, and you aim, fire your hand crossbow as you land back onto Scree's back as you continue to
That's
move
exactly
So
the plan.
cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Was not bad.
What
Yeah.
problem make?
Oh, and when I
no
land back
problem
on her
have, you
back,
just want
I am landed in a standing position,
Yes.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Rapier in one hand, crossbow in the other.
That's amazing. All right. That still goes off.
I landed on him as well, right?
Yeah, you're still on him.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, you're still
Tempo was significantly less graceful as that.
sorry.
Like, well, she lands on her feet, just like Tempo slides like a little bit down the back. Like, oh.
All right. Both of you, until the next round, you're both vulnerable to acid damage.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
Please don't barf on me, Mr. Thasselkraken.
Barf on me. Thank you.
It'll actually it'll make its con save.
For what?
For my Raven field.
There's
Oh, right.
stun and
Yeah,
feeble mind.
Sorry.
Is
Stun happens until he's stunned until the end of the
Yeah.
JoJo's turn.
Okay.
Is it a con save? A
Oh
20.
yeah. Oh damn.
Still enfeebled.
No, that beats it. That beats it.
Yeah.
20.
Okay. So broke
Yeah,
it. Okay.
broken.
Got it.
Good run while it lasted.
All right. That brings us to Rose.
Yay. Okay. Still in here, feeling it like loosen.
Yeah, it's strange. All the tight muscles that were there seem to just kind of like relax for a second. They don't give way and relax.
Yeah.
But they're not writhing around anymore.
Cool.
You're doing something. You got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the same spot
Okay.
and try to tunnel my way out of him.
Amazing.
Yeah,
So
in
you
my
know what
frenzy
to do.
rage, just hacking away at his stomach.
Go ahead and attack.
Ugh.
If you're attacking recklessly,
I'm actually
roll.
gonna use my natural 20 that got donated to me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Word.
Dankeschön. Thank you kindly.
That is 29.
29 points of damage
Yeah.
on that hit.
And then I'll do my other 2 recklessly.
Got it.
Okay.
Are you frenzying now?
Yes.
15 and 18 on the die.
15
plus 6.
does not hit.
Plus
on,
6.
on the die. Yes,
Oh.
they both hit. Roll your
Oh,
damage.
okay, got it.
21, 24.
Where's my other?
Kill it.
Another 21.
Sorry.
21.
Yeah.
All right. It is you boom, and then all of a sudden you feel the stomach kind of rumble as all of a sudden it.
Ew.
Oh, no, I
Ew.
specifically said not to do this.
And
Can
you
can
are.
I grab her as this thing is going down?
You are on the wrong side of it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yes.
And you just
We're
into
just
the
gonna
water.
fly.
Like, hold on for dear life.
Vial as you go in as it
Oh,
just throws
her.
you up.
Okay.
Yeah, your first swing causes the stomach to convulse as it spits you up, and as you're going up through it, you try and stable yourself, throwing your axe down, carving behind you, all the way up its throat, projectiling yourself onto the beach.
I feel like I
All right.
should be concerned.
Dr.
for little
Bonesaw, it
things,
is your
but no.
turn.
Left by myself to my devices, believing in my friends.
Baba. She's a baba.
I will cast Cure Wounds at first level on Kanjo. I believe in him the most.
Thank you.
Okay.
As my action,
Everyone
as
believes
my
in JoJo.
move and my bonus action, I'm gonna turn around and start looking for that gem.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right.
I want to go
Awesome.
down. I'm gonna go down.
What's your passive investigation?
Oh,
Oh dear.
15.
You easily find it and you begin to swim down to get it.
Sweet.
All right,
What
make
else
a-
do I see?
How
Go
much
ahead and
did
make a
you
swim
roll
check.
for?
No, what else? No, what? No, and then.
You're not there.
Classic Patrick Logan.
Heal. Oh, damn. I only got a 1. Heal 4 points of damage.
That's 4 more than I had, man. I appreciate it.
But go ahead and make a swim check. It's
Oh,
athletics.
oh no.
Oh no.
Tempo, you're up next.
I'm gonna use the
Sorry,
natural
you're
20 that I got.
Or, sorry, Scree. Scree and then Tempo.
Okay.
That was bad.
What?
Guys.
Yeah, because look.
What was your total?
My total was my total was 7.
But
Okay,
So
yeah,
you
took the nat
you're
20.
like doggy paddling,
Yeah.
and you like go under, then come back up.
Yeah, I want to use a natural 20 to start getting into
There you
that.
go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
natural 20, you swim right down.
What all I see?
There's various types of gems of various colors. You see red, green, white, blue,
Yellow.
yellow.
Oh,
There's a popular film.
I
that
see
told
him
us not
going
to do
down
this.
here, and I will send a telepathic message to his brain. Blue and green, whatever they were called, stones only.
Okay. All right.
You hear me shouting.
Scree, it's your
in
turn.
Boston.
Sorry, guys, we're at our mark, so we
All
gotta.
right, let's go.
This thing is
Shouting
still
in
up?
Boston.
It is still up.
Oh, let's see if that maintains. All right. I am going to circle around so that we're in front of it.
Okay, got it. And if are you gonna shoot it?
Yep.
Awesome,
twice.
shoot it.
Swing it.
Ding, ding.
Sorry,
Nope, I get it.
we're on the rush now. Yep, we're out of time, guys.
I miss. And
You
have
get
advantage.
on both of those.
oh,
Advantage.
okay. Well, then that would be 19,
19
19
hits.
hits.
and that is going to be 14.
14 misses.
Okay. So I'll take
It hits it, and the arrow shatters against its natural
Okay.
hide.
I believe the number
and
is
I'm rolling.
15.
Again, Tempo, you're up next. Jojo, you're in the hole.
Oh, I'm ready.
Go ahead and start doing what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
14 points of damage.
Okay, got it.
12. Okay.
I think I did that enough, right? Okay.
I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers just
Oh, nice.
down
Awesome.
for 12 points.
Okay, got it. It doesn't get a save.
I believe it does actually.
Is it a da-
Well,
is it
no,
a-
it's you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube of 5 feet on each side, centered on a point in which you choose within range. A creature takes 4 slashing damage when it enters the spell
Got it.
area for the first time, or on the turn if it starts.
Got it. Got it. Got
He
it.
takes an extra 9 because of planar warrior.
Okay, got it. Awesome.
All right.
So 14, and then JoJo.
Yep.
As you just
Swing it.
again flurry into it.
That's going to be 16 to hit on both of them.
16 hits, just barely on both of those.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be a total of 8 plus 6, so 14 points of radiant damage. And then I will spend another key point for more flurries of blows.
Why not?
Do we do it? Do it?
Okay, nope.
The daggers are coming down in like beat tempo with his punches.
Oh, that's amazing.
In, like,
Yes.
a war
Awesome.
beat.
Okay, 11, so 8, 16, and then the other one's going to miss. And that's going to be a total of 6 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so you fly around. You both see her coming in tandem as Rose gets projectiled out. 2 arrows go right into its eyes. It screams out. Daggers start hitting in unison, and there seems to be like this percussion that hits with your fists and these daggers that echo out through the entirety of this thing. I need you all to sing us its swan song.
Oh man. Okay, starting with start with you.
You want to
with
go?
the arrows.
We'll go top bottom.
Yeah,
top
yeah.
to bottom. All right. So the arrows come flying out, and as the second arrow flies out, she extends her wings and sort of does this forward flip, tuck down, and Fennec gets to jump off as the arrows sink into it. Fennec follows up and just stomps them in past any visual presence on it.
Nice. They sink all the way through.
Yes. The camera shifts down.
All right. And then as the creature's like starting to tumble forward, she like takes her rapier and sticks it down, and with thaumaturgy she blows the war horn, and it's like louder than anything that just like even like deafens it as it's going like further and further down, and she's just like riding it down as the daggers are coming down.
And then as it comes down, its head is now eye level with Kanjo, and he's like, I figured this is what you saw. Memento Mori! It just pummels it into nothing.
Yes. All of this happens. It falls forward, and you watch its face get split on the axe that's buried into the sand and splits over. And with that, we have the doctor make his way to the beach with blue and green rubies.
And
in his hand.
as you hear a monstrous roar as coming down the staircase, you see this red crimson multi-headed serpent-like creature around a massive maw that begins charging towards you as time resets and you're shifted back into the future once again, or your present.
Yes.
As it literally evaporates into mist as it lunges for you all resting and coming to on the beach. And that is where we're going to end today's episode.
We go back. We kill monstrosities.
If you enjoyed that, there is so much more with the Extra Life adventure that's being released. Please check out the DM's Guild.
The DM's Guild will be
really fun.
released very shortly. I do want to say thank you so much. We were able to break $11,000 for our yearly donation to Extra Life, and it was all because of you out there. Thank you all so much.
Oh, real quick, one thing. Happy birthday to you.
No. Stop. That is a copyrighted song.
That's not how that song goes. Happy birthday.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. You can catch us Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv /RockPunchATL. We are D4. Thank you so much to Elisa Teague for guesting with us today. Thank you so much for everyone who donated out there. We have Todd Talks next, followed by tonight's featured game, which is Chris Perkins, who is running another scenario of this adventure that we ran tonight.
Yes.
So
I wonder what the other half is.
I don't know. We'll have to tune in to find out.
Yeah.
But thank you all so much, and as always, be excellent to each other.
And may you always roll with advantage.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.